This is Tōshōdai-ji, a Buddhist temple in Nara. At first glance, it appears quiet and restrained, but this temple was never meant to impress the eye. It was built to establish a system. And exists because one man succeeds where most would have stopped. By the early 8th century, Japan already had Buddhist temples, scriptures, and monks. Temples such as Horyuji had existed for more than a century. But Japanese Buddhism had a fundamental problem. There was no complete ordination system. Monks could study texts and perform rituals, but they lacked formal ordination based on Buddhist law. Without ordination, monks had no clearly defined religious status. And without that status, Buddhism could not function as a stable institution recognized by the state. Japan did not need more temples. Japan needed a system. In Tang Dynasty China, Buddhism followed strict disciplinary codes, known as the Vinaya. Ordination was formal, regulated, and recognized by both religious and governmental authorities. Jianzhen was one of the most respected Vinaya masters of his time. He was invited to Japan not to preach doctrine, but to transmit this system in person. Texts alone were not enough. Ordination required a living teacher. The journey from China to Japan was short on a map, but extremely dangerous in reality. Jianzhen attempted the crossing 5 times. Each attempt failed. Ships were destroyed by storms. Followers drowned or scattered. Years passed. During one of these attempts, Jianzhen lost his eyesight completely. He became blind. By then, he was already over 60 years old. At that point, the mission had taken more than 10 years. In the year 753, Jianzhen finally arrived in Japan. He did not arrive as a political figure or a celebrated envoy. He arrived as a blind monk, whose task had not yet begun. He would never see Japan. But sight was not required for what he came to do. At Tōshōdai-ji, Jianzhen established Japan's first official recognized Buddhist ordination platform. This marked a turning point. From this moment on, monks in Japan could be formally ordained under a clear and regulated system. Jianzhen introduced Vinaya-based ordination, defined the monastic ranks, stabilized training and discipline, institutional rules for temple life. Buddhism in Japan became organized, transmissible, and sustainable. It became part of the state structure. The system established here did not remain confined to one temple. It became the foundation for Buddhist instructions across Nara, including Yokushiji, and later religious centers throughout Japan. From this point forward, Japanese Buddhism functioned as a national institution rather than a collection of isolated temples. The buildings of Tōshōdai-ji reflected this purpose. They followed Tang Dynasty principles, a strict central axis, balanced proportions, and a heavy roof designed to express stability. This architecture was not decorative. It was institutional. It represented order. Much of Tang China's wooden architecture has been lost to time, but here a part of that civilization remains, not as an imitation, but as an transmission. Tōshōdai-ji stands as evidence that institutions, once established, can outlast borders, dynasty, and even the people who created them. Thanks for working with me today. See you next one.